Vendor gold. Now there are multiple different ways in order to make gold within WoW. Some can be farming, some can be crafting, and others can be instance farming. However, there is one that I believe is a little bit overlooked and I thought was a very good idea in order to test out. So with 10,000 gold, I decided to grab one of my alts, and what we're going to be doing is we are going to be going over to pretty much every vendor within WoW, and we're going to be buying out all of the different types of recipes, battle pets, and other different types of items in order to resell on the auction house for a profit. Our starting capital is 10,000 gold, no more, no less, and thus I decided to make my way over towards 𝐑𝐞𝐸𝐺𝐸. In 𝐑𝐞𝐸𝐺𝐸 I was able to pick up a load of different types of recipes, as this is one of the main hubs in order to get a ton of different types of vanilla recipes for different classes, primarily alchemists, as this one gives you the recipe for creating arcanite bars and can be resold on the auction house for a decent amount of gold. Along with that, with a load of different other recipes, I was able to gain quite a nice chunk from this. Then I made my way over towards the lower city. The lower city within 𝐸𝐸𝐺 is a great hub for buying up more recipes in order to resell. This can go for the tailoring ones, as the ones that are used to create the cloths are able to be resold. However, the other ones are buy non pick up, so please be careful and read your quest text if you are following along with this series. Along with that, you are also able to pick up multiple different types of items, such as the fell iron bolts from the engineering supplies vendor, and it is mainly just running over towards the profession trainers and the profession suppliers and buying up all of the tradable recipes and different types of materials that they sell along with them. These ones can be time locked, however this is quite a good way in order to pad out our auction house. I went over towards Stormwind and I spoke to literally everyone. Anyone who was a profession trainer or profession supplier, I may hasten to add. I managed to buy up all of the different types of white items which I can resell, which I used for the flowers that you can hold in your hands as one scenario, along with buying up all of the different types of recipes that you get from the innkeepers, the supply vendors, and also the different types of items that I can resell. After doing that, however, I made my way over towards Moonglade. I went over towards the supply vendors and the armorers and picking up any of the items that were cosmetic unique. That means I was able to pick up the cosmetic ones, add them to my TSM list, which is also on my Patreon, which I have recently updated, and you can find it all there. I posted those to the auction house and thus went over towards Netherstorm. Within Netherstorm, I made my way over to this last area, to the Nether Spire. Within here, you can buy up a ton of different types of TBC battle pets, along with one recipe for the Executioner for enchanters. These can be sold on the auction house for a decent chunk of gold, as this supply vendor is quite out of the way and you're basically doing the legwork and getting paid for players not wanting to fly all the way out into Netherstorm to go pick up these battle pets. This is how we're going to be making gold, by capitalizing on people's laziness and just reselling on the auction house. However, this week we're obviously not going to be making a lot of gold, and we'll be having to have a look at a reflection of how much we've made within the week as of next week. Along with that, our auction house value on the auction house has gone all the way up to 108,157 gold. The time spent farming all of these different types of recipe vendors is 38 minutes, and the gold that we've actually spent is 1,253 gold. I'm going to be keeping a nice little log within my vendor gold spreadsheet, which is currently on the Patreon, and I've also made a pinned list for anyone that needs the links to all of these specific type of spreadsheets or series, which you can find on the Patreon, along with my TSM profile, which you can also find there as well. Other than that, guys, let's see how this series pans out with vendor gold, and other than that, have a wonderful rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.